back to my channel. My name is Amy. This is a channel about a bunch of random stuff, mostly cross stitch, sometimes diamond painting, sometimes sewing. So yeah, this is where I document everything, and it has been a hot minute since I recorded my last Flosstube update. I have been horrible at uploading them. Part of it is that I use my phone a lot and I have a hard time recording stuff because I'm on my phone at the same time, either with phone calls or I'm trying to fix you guys at the same time, family or whatever, and it's hard to do that while I'm recording or whatever it is. And some people don't will call multiple times if I don't respond. And so I did a thing and I ordered a camera. It's not here yet. It should be here maybe tomorrow. I was hoping it'd be here today because it got scanned into El Paso, which is pretty close to us, Saturday morning, I think. And so I was hoping that it would be here today, but it's not. So I'm thinking it'll be here tomorrow because it honestly shouldn't take that long. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's not like the best camera ever. I wanted to get like the G7X2, the G7X Mark II. It's like my dream camera. I had it once for a short period of time and ended up returning it. It's like a $500-600 camera. I think it's a little bit more now because inflation, but at that time I think I paid about $5 or $6 straight from Best Buy. You can still get some pretty good used ones for $300-ish if you're lucky, $400 usually. I didn't want to spend that much, so I got something that was I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit better camera quality than what I have on my phone. So there's that. There's a lot of space here. I think I feel like I need to be closer, maybe? I don't know. I don't typically record like this. Hardly ever use a tripod when I record with my phone. I typically prop it up on the shelf or something. So it is what it is. We are gonna show some stuff. So I pre-recorded most of my haul. So that's gonna be somewhere in here, the haul part. I gotta take my current project off of my Lowry. So I've only worked on a handful of things since the last time I've talked to you guys for many reasons. Mostly, hold on, let me bring this here. And you know what? I didn't, hold please. Okay. How to make sure my door was locked, how to get my drink, and yeah. So, I've only worked on a couple of things since the last time that I talked to you guys, just because I've been really stitching monogamously lately, and what I've been doing kind of is stitching all, I can't even remember what floss these are for. Oh my Lanta. I know they're for a hate, I'd have to look. So I've been stitching pretty monogamously. Is that the right word? And I've been doing about a week or so per project, not on purpose. It's just I usually get bored, except that I'm going into week 2 on my current whip that I'm working on, and I'm not tired of it yet. I want to do more. I posted a picture last night on my Instagram, which if I'm lucky and I get this up today, it'll be last night. Sunday night I put that up. I think that was the 12th. So I'll show you guys that right now, but I wanted to show you. So man, what did I do here? The last project that I worked on that I haven't showed you guys, which I think I'm going to take off this frame because it's big and I need to order some more of these actually, the clamps, and I think I got them from Amazon, and they're called like Tarp, I can't remember, Tarp something, and they're the 3/4 inch ones, and they fit nice on the 3/4 inch PVC, except you can't bundle your fabric like a lot. Like this whip here, you can't do this, and expect the thing to hold it. Like even here, I have the even weave rolled up here like 4 times, and the original Q snaps, this is an original Q snap, will hold the even weave nicely. These ones don't. You can do maybe 2 layers. If Ada, I recommend only 1 layer, and I have a really hard time with it, which is why this frame is so freaking big. But also, I kind of want to do a little test experiment and get different sizes of these with a smaller PVC and try it that way and see if maybe that will work, or using this same size clamp with a smaller PVC so that I can use thicker fabric, especially for like heaven and earth and things like that. So this project, I don't have the printout. I will put it here. This is my first whip, and I've had this like in the Q snap all weird, or in my makeshift snap frame, which I'm not liking. This is how far I've gotten. This is Mini Farewell to Anger. It's a Heaven and Earth design by Leonid Afromov, and you see this stretching, yeah. First, my fabric's green, I know. This is, I think, either an 18 or a 20 count Ada that Sprinklestein sent me last year sometime, in a bunch of the stuff that she sent me, and I didn't want to waste it. I really wanted to use the Ada, and I thought, you know what? So first, I've been really pulled away from stitching on Ada. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is, and so when I've experimented, but when I started stitching this project, that's another full coverage piece, I lint right there, really wanted, I really loved the way the Lugana, or the even weave, was stitching the full coverage. And that one's only 28 count, and I'm doing 2/2, and I freaking love it. You typically don't want to do 2/2 on a 28 count because it's essentially a 14 count, and it can be pretty large. This one's going to be large-ish, but the project that it is, I don't mind it being large-ish. So this is a mini, and I could have totally done this on a 14 count Lugana or another type of even weave, but I had this green Ada and I really wanted to do it. So I don't know how many stitches are here, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 400 stitches ish, and that's all I got. It's fun. I like it. I really like the way the stitches are being placed on here, and I always use, I feel like this needle is too big for the fabric. This needle looks really big for some reason. I typically use DMC size 28 needles, but Amy, again, Sprinklestein, got me some John James needles. Let me see what those are really quick, and I'll tell you which. I think they're also 28. 28 is, this one looks more like a 26, but I love 28. Yeah, she got me some size 28 John James needles, and I am using, oh, is this the John James? Maybe this is the John James needle. Yeah, this is the John James. This is the John James needle, and it is a size 28. It looks bigger for some reason on there, and I'm actually really liking it. The Ada, though, she also got me some size 26 needles as well. I think I was using a different needle on this one for some of this because I had already started this project, and I can see where the hole is like bigger than I wanted it to be. But I think it'll be fine once all the stitches are in there. So yeah, that's where I got on that. And then I put it away, not for any reason, but for one, it was the Q snap frame, because my kids kept knocking it off my Lowry, and it was getting really frustrating. And also, it's really freaking heavy, and my Lowry won't clamp onto the frame with this part. I have to move it to the side and clamp it here. The problem with that is this thing is so long. My elbows are large. I wonder, do they make a shorter elbow? And when I do this isn't big enough for my Lowry to clamp onto it, because it wants to clamp onto this parts, and then these move, and so it wasn't working too well. So I tried to do it this way, and I couldn't, because it doesn't, you see how much room there is here? It's the same thing. So I have a bunch of these homemade ones, and so I'm thinking I'm going to come up with a different situation here. I'm thinking of maybe using these as more of a scroll frame type of situation instead. But if I do that, then I need to use them for smaller projects, because this here is a waste of space, because the elbows are so thick that I can't stitch essentially like anything right here because of the way the fabric sits and how thick the pipe is. It's a mess. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I think I just cut them like really weird sizes because of how big the elbows are. These are 12-inch pieces here, but the way it works, I have what is this, like maybe 8 inches of stitching space here, good stitching space, because the elbow is at least 1 inch on each side, so I'm wasting 2 inches on each side at least, minimum. So it is what it is. So that is that. Mini farewell to anger. Oh, and that needle minder is from Abby Top Knot. This one here. I stopped ordering needle minders because I was noticing that all of the needle minders I was getting, the magnets were all fucked up on all of them. I had 2 companies tell me, and I'm not going to name names, I had 2 different places, both pretty respective places, tell me that, oh, it's the enamel on not the magnet, it's the enamel on the needle minder, which some of them are pins, and they shave off the pin with a Dremel, and the enamel causes the polarization of the magnet to change. I have never heard this until I started ordering needle minders, and I thought that was a bug. I could see the shadow of that. I've never heard this. This is news to me. It could be. I don't freaking know. I've never had that happen. I've made a ton of needle minders myself, and it comes down to being able to remember what side you put the magnets on. So what I do is I put the magnets together, and when I glue them on together, the 2 pieces together, so I always know that that's the way that the magnet needs to go on, because those 2 sides are going to stick. And for some reason, the other side of some of these things I was getting the magnets from, they weren't working. It would suck my needle to the back of the needle minder. I have no idea. So I stopped ordering. Oh, my son, he just cannot get it together. I stopped ordering needle minders because of that. It was a pain in the butt, and I felt like I was wasting money. Both of the companies that I told this to didn't offer any solution. They didn't offer me a refund, and they didn't offer me a replacement, which I was also really put off by. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I feel like crap about it because of who the companies are, that I almost feel like I can't say anything about it because they have large clientele. And it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about it without coming across as a bitch. I don't know. I'm a bitch anyway, so whatever. And then the only other thing I worked on, and I'm going to take this out and redo it, even though I just did it last night, because I ended up realizing that I wasn't going to be able to work on it the way I wanted to work on it anyway, the way that I put it in the Q-snap. And I'm going to show you guys the difference between a real Q-snap and my Q-snap. So you see how tiny it is compared to my giant ass PVC pipe? Like, look at the thickness between those. Yeah, these are Tarp Holders. Farmers use these. I got these on Amazon, and these are the original Q-snap. They both have ridges on the inside to help grip, but you can see the difference in the size, big time. It is what it is. These are a lot smaller. These are more like 1/2 inch, I would say, and those are 3/4. And the original Q-snaps are also interchangeable. Like, you can make them out of different sizes. But anyway, the next project that I've been working on for the past week, Fox and Teacup Designs Harry Potter US book covers. So I also have the UK version in my Etsy shopping cart that I haven't purchased it because I have so many projects. I really don't need to purchase another one, but I'd like it at some point. So I'm doing this one for now. I feel like my lips aren't matching. Hold please. Let's try this again. I don't know what's going on. I hope it matches. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. UK version, no, US version, and I have the unnamed one. So I don't know if she took out the named version, but I'm doing, where is it at? Right there. Unnamed standard version. So she has different ones. She's got like a bigger size and then a max color, I think, and then the standard, if I'm not mistaken. There's more than one version of the same chart, kind of like the way Heaven and Earth Designs does it. And the unnamed version is She Who Must Not Be Named. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I moved my Q-snap, finally. This is the one that I put on Instagram last night. And this is where I got to. So this is a page, like up here, it's not like a full page. Most of this is a page, and then down here starts another page, and I had to move my Q-snap in order to finish that page. So I'm only like a third of the way down on this page here, but I'm absolutely freaking loving it. My fabric is so nasty dirty that I'm hoping when I get it framed that I can line it all the way up to the edge, because I don't know if those stains are going to come out. Like, you can see how dirty it is, and I don't even know how it's so dirty because I kept this in a bag. It's just dirty. So yeah, last night I finished all of the stuff here, and then I came down and did this, and then I got tired. So I'm going to try to do some more tonight. I don't know. I have some homework that I got to do, and I freaking love it. This is 28 count even weave. I bought this at Hobby Lobby when I was still shopping there religiously. I no longer shop there. You can see how much room I have though at the top. So I'm gonna have quite a bit of room. I think the project was gonna be 18 inches altogether, and this already is probably 7 or 8. So I'm freaking loving it. I really am. I'm just obsessed with it. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, so this is, oh, maybe it's going to be bigger, because where I'm at right there is about almost half. I would say a little more than a third. So we're going to have plenty of room. So I did give myself plenty of room on this, and I'm freaking obsessed with it. I can't stop showing you guys. I'm doing this 2/2 on 28 count. And I love it. I really do. I don't know, something just told me that I should do it on 28 count, and I was like, you know what, it's gonna be 14 count though. It's gonna be too big. And then I was like, no, it's not. It's gonna be just fine. And I'm using this Harry Potter needle minder. I don't know where this is from either. I honestly can't remember. I think it's either Rebel Stitcher or shoot, I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's just like head wig and a hat and some books with Harry's glasses. So I'm going to readjust this in my Q-snap because I couldn't get all the way to the other edge the way that I had it sitting there. So I'm gonna try to make the rest of this quick because my son's at driver's ed and he's like, Mom, I think you need to come for me early. He told me 8, now he's saying 7, and it's like 6:40, and it's 15 minutes away. See how like the Q-snap, like it's super loose because with the fabric. So I was told you can either put an additional piece of fabric in here. I have some cut up pieces of felt, long strips that I can put in between here if I need the extra cushion. However, I think Stitcherista mentioned putting these in the dishwasher and they shrink back to their original size. So you could also give that a try. And I use this that Amy got me. I think I have 2 of these and I don't know where the other one is, but I freaking love these. And she won't tell me where she bought them because I need more. So we're gonna have to see about that. That's my project for now, what I've been working on, and that's literally it. So I needed a couple pieces of floss, I needed some more colors of floss for this. So I finally got it, and then I went and bought all of these too, and I think these are for, this is for another Heaven and Earth. I think it's for this one. Yeah, it's for this. It's for Once Upon a Fairy Tale. So I think there's still 2 or 3 that I don't have in here. So I'm gonna put these in here. That's for, I haven't worked on this in a long time, but I wanted to make sure that I had everything, because at some point I'd like to be in a place where I have everything organized so neatly, this is a Heaven and Earth, that everything is kitted. What I didn't realize is how much space kitted up kits take, because I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna make a bunch of bags, have everything kitted, everything's gonna have a piece of fabric, and then whenever I want to work on something or start something, I don't have to kit it, I don't have to find the fabric, don't have to buy anything, I can just pull it off the shelf and stitch it. No, bitch, no, nobody told me how much freaking space it was gonna take up to have this many kits kitted for projects. And I got that floss at Joann's, if you must know. They had a 25% off coupon on it, and I decided to use it on a bunch of floss. Why not? The only other thing that I got is the Christmas Just Cross Stitch Ornament Edition, which I will not be stitching anything out of it. I have too many things, and I'm not a big Christmas stitcher anyway. So this will be giveaway in this video. So if you want this, just tell me something about Christmas. Use the word Christmas and I will draw for it. I haven't sent any of the winnings out from my last one, but you guys know I'm good for it. I've sent everything out thus far. And you know, it is what it is. We haven't done anything diamond painting related just because diamond paintings are so hard to bust out. I only have 1 table in this place now. Before I had plenty of surfaces to diamond paint on, and I've really been itching to also crochet, because I haven't crocheted and I don't know how long, and I want to get some projects done as well. And you know, it is what it is. It just, there's not enough time in a day. I spend so much of my time doing other things during the day, not even during the day, but even like on my days off and other things. It just, there's not enough time. There really isn't. I got this itch the other day. I pulled out my diamond painting. I did a little bit of diamond painting, and then I have to put it away because I can't leave it out. And I was like, you know what if I just worked on diamond paintings for a whole week, every day, all in my spare time? How many can I get done? And I was like, please be real. Like, seriously, be real with yourself. I really want to finish my Jessica Rabbit, and I really want to finish my Space Maid from Josephine Wall, which is mine. The Jessica Rabbit is from Diamond Art Club. And I was like, I probably won't even finish one. And then that whole week went by, and I just had stuff come up after stuff after stuff after stuff, and I didn't get any crafting done at all for like days and days. And I noticed that I start feeling really, I don't know the right word. I don't want to say like mad or upset or depressed or anything, but you know, like when you travel and you've been gone for a certain period of time, and you just really want to get home, and you get home and you're just like so happy to be home, or you start missing home, things like that. I get like that with crafting and crochet and cross stitch and diamond painting. I just, once, if I haven't done it for a while, I start getting really like wanting to do it and kind of almost like missing it. Does anybody else get like that? I don't know. I do. I don't know if that's normal, or I think it is. I'm a super introvert. I don't like crowds. I mean, sure, I'll go to a concert. I'll go to like a taco festival, or I've only been to one of those once. It was called Tacos and Tequila, and it was really fun. And the tacos were delicious. But I mean, you know, I'll go do things. I'll go to the farmer's market, or I'll go to the mall occasionally. But I'm not like I don't want to go to the bar. I don't want to go hang out like in crowded areas, like unless I have like something particular to do. Like I'll go to the mall, but I had to want to go to the mall. Like I won't want to go just to go and not do anything. Like I usually have a particular thing in mind. Like here, Barnes and Noble's at the mall. So if I want to go to the mall, it's usually because I want to go to Barnes and Noble and not because I want to go like walk around and sightsee or people watch or whatever it is, you know. I don't know, I'm just weird. I can stay home for weeks at a time and only cross stitch, and I'm completely happy with it. Like, I don't know. It's not normal. Like, I would much rather cross stitch than be around people. Unless it's like family, things like that. Like, I don't mind my family, but like, I just get too much socialization starts making me like, I don't even know the right word. It's a thing in psychology. I just forget what it's called. So anyways, that's all of that. And that's literally all I have done. I still have that pile of cross stitch here that goes to the, oh, I have it in there. What's it called? The Mario map. I still haven't put it away yet because I don't know what I did with the box. Maybe I did. Oh yeah, it's right here. So I don't have a bag or anything for it, so I need to get that situated and figure it out. I'm just gonna wait. I think honestly I don't think I'm gonna kit any additional things up until I get a better situation going on for storage. I'd like to keep all of my floss like this, and I've had a really hard time transitioning over. I have so many bobbins still, and what I wanted to do was like kind of use up all of my bobbins before I transitioned over, and then I started transitioning over anyway, and I ended up doing these tags of my own. Some of them are blue and some of them are gray, brown I mean, and I just did all of these, and then I ended up moving them a couple of times, and they were in storage and then they were out of storage, and everything is a complete disaster now. I'm very tempted to just spend the money on the Annie's Keeper system. I'm just so nervous about it because I hate to spend that much money on freaking tags. Like seriously, I saw some on Etsy that were a freaking amazing, very similar to Annie's Keepers, but they were a square. And instead of, well, they have the hole on the bottom and the hole on the top, and then there's another smaller hole on the side for your leftover floss. So you can see here, I have the bundle here, and then I have this piece just sitting on top. That's a piece that I've already taken out, used, and cut. So it's a shorter piece, and I just stick it back in the hole, and if I pinch it and do this, it attaches itself kind of like felt to the bottom part, and it doesn't fall off. But the bobbins that I saw have that additional hole just for these stragglers like this that you can put in to use later, and I thought that was pretty cool. But it's essentially the same price as the Annie's Keepers. It equates to about the same thing, and I think I can use like regular binder file. I don't even know what they're called, like the presentation folder plastic slides. I think that's what they are, but I'm not sure because I would much rather buy a box of those from like Staples for like 20 bucks than buy the Annie's Keepers ones because they're more expensive. I don't know. I'm so torn. It's kind of one of those things where it's like I should have just done it right in the first place because I didn't want to spend the money on the Annie's Keepers because it's an investment, and I have pretty much the entire DMC line. I'm probably missing maybe like 100 or so, but I have so many duplicates of a lot of the common colors like black and 996 and 995 and 310. Well, it's black, of the common colors that I have a lot of, and I'd like to have them all like this. Amy got me these Fat Quarter Shop ones in my Christmas box, and I absolutely freaking love it. At first I didn't like them because of how big they were. They're Halloween, and she put them in my Christmas box. Isn't that funny? I think there was only 20 in them. I have most of them on this floss ring. I think I have 2 or 3 left in the bundle. They're mostly all right here. And I think they have like a bunch of other ones that you can get from them, and I'm actually really enjoying them. And I just taped the DMC code on the front like that. And then these others, a couple of them are my old ones, and these came in one of my, I think, a Hogwarts box. They are Harry Potter tags, Scalagrow. I have Phoenix Tears, just because I had actually used these first and then remembered that Amy had gotten me the plastic fat quarter ones and I needed more because I was contemplating bobbinating them because I didn't want to make more of these tags, which is part of the thing, because those tags take hours in and of itself and they hurt my hands hole punching all of that stuff. So I don't know, this is my favorite way to store floss though, and most of the time I can put it on my Lowry. I was gonna try to, can I show you guys? Let me try it. There we go. Most of the time I can put it on my Lowry just like this and it stays there, and then I can pull them. They're not in the way of anything, they don't drag on the ground, and surprisingly my cats don't even get them. And depending on how my Lowry is sitting and where these are, I can use these too. It just depends. Usually I like to use these ones because they're fatter and they don't move as easily when they're locked into place. They don't move as easily as this one, because this one doesn't lock into place. These do. So that's something that I like to do. But anyway, that was way too long. Let me stick my pin back in so I don't lose it. So that's that, and you know, it is what it is. I haven't worked on anything else. I think I showed you guys my thing from last time. I have this bin here too that I put. This is my whip bin. So this is filled with the stuff that I've been reaching for more often than not lately. So I have my jack-o'-lantern silhouette. I have my temperature tree from Stitch and Mommy. I haven't worked on this actually, the Tilton Crafts chart, my Linen and Threads chart, my Praiseworthy Stitches Bump into Night, my Monster Cell, Universal Monsters from Witchy Stitcher. I've been working on, oh, here's Mini Farewell to Anger. I didn't realize that that was in here because I've been using Pattern Keeper, so you don't pull out the written pattern even though I had it printed for whatever reason. And what else is in here? Oh, my Owl Forest chart. I've been trying to finish this one up and I just didn't finish it. I got a good chunk. I think I have all this done and the wheels and stuff, but I'm just not done with it. I actually don't even think I showed you guys this last time because I've worked on it. I didn't work on it that much. I'm gonna have to wrap this up so I can go get my son because I don't know what's going on with him. If I'm not mistaken, this is a free chart. I'm using all Fancy Floss for this that I converted. Oh, speaking of Fancy Floss, I'm gonna insert a clip here of what happened to my Fancy Floss collection, and then I will come back and finish talking about this. So I guess I lost the original video that I recorded of what happened to my floss. I don't know what happened to it. I'm still looking for it. If I can't find it in the next few minutes, I'm just going to put this one in instead. My hair looks really gross with this light. Basically what happened was in July, I kept smelling something. Couldn't figure out what it was. I was rearranging some stuff in my room, craft stuff, and I realized that I could smell cat pee, that's what the smell was as I got closer. And when I started moving things around more and kind of going through my bins and the stuff that I had there, I realized that some cat peed in my Fancy Floss bin. Now I'm going to show you guys maybe these like that. So I had one of those, but it was a 31 container. So the 31 ones are rectangles instead of squares, and they peed inside my fancy floss container. I attempted to count what I had. I wanted to do an inventory so I can try to replace it. A lot of it was Mystical Diamond Art floss that I can't replace anymore. And then the rest of it is stuff that I collected in clubs. A lot of it from the nest egg. Can't get it anymore. I mean, I could get it anymore, but it was about $600 worth of floss that I had collected over the past year and a half of stitching. I think we're coming up on 2 years of stitching soon, and it just, I was so frustrated. I recorded a small clip, I think it was like 5 or 7 minutes, of me explaining what had happened, and it was just raw emotion. You could tell I wanted to cry when I was sorting through the bin, because I wanted to go through each skein and try to see if any of them maybe didn't get any urine on them, and ultimately I just decided that it wasn't worth it. I was taking each individual skein out and kind of seeing which ones had been saturated, which ones weren't, and then I would come back to it after taking a breather and realize that the ones that I took out still smelled like it, and it wasn't worth the time that I was gonna have to do to sort through them. And not only that, is they were likely going to need to be washed, and some of them weren't color fast. I think Gentle Art isn't color fast. Mine are not color fast. I say that even though I do like a triple rinse on them. Everybody's water is different. Some people have really hard water, and I just don't trust it. And I didn't want to chance it, and ultimately I had to get rid of all of it. So now I have no fancy floss other than what's kitted in a chart somewhere, or a kit. Other than that, none. I have absolutely none. Zero. Story of my life. I'm not even going to start talking about it. This is where I got to on that. I don't know where I got this Elm Street thing. I think Rebel Stitcher. It's freaking cute. Or maybe, no, Justin Freeman. He did there was a stitch along he did. Pixel. Son of a bitch. I can't remember. Justin Freeman. He's the one that I got these from. I'll put it here. There's a group. He has a group. That's where I got that. So that's where I got on here. Pretty sure this leaf is done. Obviously this leaf over here is done. I got a wheel. This whole bottom piece is just about done. I have one more thing to put in right there. And I converted it to all fancy floss. None of the called for. I just eyeballed all of the colors. And I think I'm only using 4 colors. What happened to the tag to this? I don't know what happened to the tag to this one. It's missing. This is Pea Soup from Mystical Diamond Art, Rise and Shine from Victorian Motto, Pumpkin from Mystical Diamond Art, and Cookie from Mystical Diamond Art, which is moi. I am still working on getting more floss in. I don't know what's going on with these overseas orders, and I am still planning on bringing the floss of the month back. So I'm really excited about that. A lot of you guys have been asking, so it'll come. I'll keep you guys updated on that. I don't have a date yet, so that is it. I'm gonna wrap this up because I think I have to leave to go get my kid, who can't tell me what time he's getting out of driver's ed. It is what it is. I don't know. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm pretty excited about stitching. I honestly went 2 or 3 months without even putting a single stitch in, and I find myself even now going like a whole week without putting a stitch in, and I find that it's not good for my mental health. Stitching has really helped me kind of get through a lot of really personal things, and so has crafting in general, crocheting and cross stitching. And I find that a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, the skylights are kind of going dark. They're like, well, how does that work? Because you're spending all that time by yourself. Doesn't your mind just wander and think things like that you don't want to be thinking? And it does not work that way for me. I actually find it like really meditative. I don't know, is that just me? So anyway, I gotta go. Hopefully I'm not gone for this long again, and I can try to keep it regular. Today's Monday, so maybe I can, I'm not gonna promise, because say that and then I don't do it. I was doing really good for like a year getting weekly videos up, and that just shot out the window. So I'm hoping that we can be kind of semi-regular, at least once every 2 weeks. And I'm hoping with the camera that I can film stitch with me's, diamond paint with me's, and crochet with me's, and just voice over those, and hopefully give you guys some important updates on things like that, instead of waiting for so long, because I'm bad at Instagram, I'm bad at Facebook. It's just bad all over. Okay, so yeah, all right, you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody who's been here since the beginning, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully not in a month, because I can't seem to get a video together of any type. I'm gonna film the haul now because it's getting larger and larger, and hopefully I get it in. Okay, so there's a few things. I don't know if you guys remember the Epinasis Game of Mushroom Kingdoms, which was like a Game of Thrones Super Mario mashup map. I decided that I didn't want to do the mashup map and that I wanted to do just a regular map. So I found this on Etsy. There's a ton. I'm telling you, if you're a designer, put your name on your charts, because I have no idea who made this. I'd have to go digging through my Etsy history, and I buy a lot of stuff on Etsy, so I'm not gonna dig for it. But there's a bunch of designers who do these. So I got the original version. So I was just eating a minute ago. I believe I have all the floss now for it, and what I did is I'm not going to do the background. The background was $9.96, I believe. I'm not going to do that. I decided to dye my fabric blue, and I'm going to do everything else. So we'll see how that goes. Other parts of the haul are, let's see, I can get the pieces together. So the pixel cell that I told you guys about a long time ago is up until August now. So this is what it looks like. Every one of these is filled in. So August is, this one's free. You can find it on pixelprimecrossstitch.blogspot.com. August is Pac-Man. And this one's a long one on there. That's what August looks like. I don't think I showed you any of the other months. July is Metroid, and there is different colored suits for that. I know there's a pink one, and I'm not sure what other, I think maybe green, if I'm not mistaken. You can find them on the blog. July, August, and then did I show you guys June? I think I showed you guys June already, which was Mega Man. So we've got Mega Man. I think I showed you guys that, if I'm not mistaken. And then May, I showed you guys May already. So there is that. We're up until August. It is a year-long sale. And I haven't started it, but I am printing it as often as I can. The Owl Forest Alice in Wonderland sale is still going on, from my understanding. Actually, I haven't checked this one in a couple of weeks. And this one's also free on the Owl Forest website, so you might want to get in and check it out. So as far as I know, They're on part 7, and it looks like this now. So this is the center where it started, and they're coming around this way, I'm guessing. I don't know which direction they're going to go after here, but they have all of this out so far. So there is that, and you can kind of see an idea of what the rest of it's going to be. I believe that my subscription to Punch Noodle and Primitive Stitcher is about done. But from the spring 2021 issue, I only picked one pattern, which is this Barbara Anna. This one is called Easter Hare, and it's because it matches Key and Light, and I think there's a couple of other ones that match this series, so I'm going to try to stitch them all on a similar type fabric so that they can all be together. I love Barbara Anna's charts. They aren't so complicated that they take forever, and they're gorgeous. I love her style. So I got that Punch Noodle and Primitive Stitcher. This is also a Barbara Anna. This is a freebie on her Instagram. It's called Molly, again in the same similar style as the Easter Hare. Let me see the size. 65, 86. They're roughly the same size. This one's a little bit taller, but that's okay. This one is called Molly. Look at how cute she is. This one was free on her Instagram. I don't know if it still is, but it was when I got it, so you might want to check. I purchased something else off of Etsy. This is a couple of weeks old, but I got this video game sampler because I saw it in Nerdy Cross Stitch Appreciation group and had to have it. I'll just let that, you can pause it right here if you want to read what it says. But yes, it's stinking cute and I love it. So I got that. It's by Screamin' Heart Design on Etsy, and it is a fundraiser. So it says January 2021, but I just bought it, so I'm pretty sure it's still available. And then I purchased, okay, we're still on the purchased ones, even though I gave you a couple freebies already. I purchased this. This is from, I also think it's in the Nerdy Cross Stitch Appreciation group. It's My Favorite Doctor, number 10, David Tennant. And the lady who made this is called Mirjam Raff. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. It is right here. She is on Etsy and Facebook. And there you go. So hopefully that's not blurry and you can see it, so you can purchase it if you want. If you're in the group, she tracked her progress on this entire thing. She charted it herself off of an image from the artist of this photo, and then they worked together to put it together as a chart for everybody, and it is on Etsy. I can't remember how much it is. I can't remember, maybe $20 at the most, if I'm not mistaken, but I just love David Tennant, so I had to get it. And then, so Progress Year 2, you get a hard copy when you order the, what's it called? The Retreat in a Box, the mystery, what are they called? Retreat in a Boxes, whatever. You get it in the box, but I like to get the digital one as well, and this was the second one that came out. That's the first one that came out last year. This is the second one. I just hope that I still love cross stitch in 5 years to collect all of the boxes. Why do I have a stack of blank paper? I purchased the 2021 Halloween Just Cross Stitch. So this is the full Halloween edition that comes out every year. So not to be confused with the October issue of Just Cross Stitch. So if you subscribe, you get this. You can pick it up as well. This is my last issue of Just Cross Stitch. I am not going to be ordering it again. It's just not worth it for me. It's inexpensive. I think it's like 25 bucks for a year, which definitely makes it worth it if you like the magazine. Because it's $7 an issue, but I think if you buy this at Barnes & Noble, it's more, if I'm not mistaken. It's more like 10. So it's just not worth it for me. I would rather just buy these two every year and not worry about it. And you have to buy this separate. You don't get this with the subscription. So I did purchase this in 1, 2, 3 Stitch. and I think I've got like 3 or 4 of these so far. I haven't made a single pattern from any of them, but that's not to say that I'm not going to, because I love Halloween. It is what it is. So continuing with the free stuff, because I already gave you the Pixel Cell was free, linen and threads. We are also up to August. You can get this on their website, Linen and Threads. So right now we've got all the top half, and we're coming here. September will be released. Today's Monday, the 30th. September will be released in 2 days. And so, yeah. So keeping up with that, even though I haven't started it, I'm still working on the 2020 one, but I'm more than halfway done. So free stitch alongs. Stitch On Me is having a Halloween stitch along, and signups end, I wrote this down, so this is why I have this information, otherwise I wouldn't even know. Signups end September 3rd. So in a couple of days this week, you cannot sign up for this Halloween storybook Halloween thing, stitch along. Right now, all that's been released is the project size and the floss list. That is it, and it releases September 17th. It is 98 by 141 stitches high, and tells you how big it'll be. If you stitch it on 16 count, it'll be 6 by 9 roughly. So that's the storybook Halloween. I don't know what it's gonna look like yet, but I signed up for it anyway because it sounded interesting. So there's that. Then there's also a Nightmare Before Christmas sale from Story Stitches. The sale is free, but you can donate a coffee, and it is free. I think this was on a blog. I don't even know how I found it. I think it was just one of those posts that people look for, asking what stitch alongs are there this year, and there is a blog somewhere that lists every free, no, not even, I think it has every cross stitch stitch along that they could find listed on a website somewhere, but I don't know what it's called, but it's there, it exists. This is on one of those places, and it's the Nightmare Before Christmas sale, and it says October 2021. The frame releases in September 1st, so pretty soon here. And yeah, I'm excited about that. Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm not a Disney person. I don't really care for Disney, but Nightmare Before Christmas is my jam. I freaking love that movie. Then Oracle, I'm gonna put it here because I don't know the exact name of the Facebook group, but there's an Oracle group on Facebook, and again, I just looking at Cross Stitch Unlimited, this is where I find all this information at. It's a free stitch along, but you have to join the group. You can only get the patterns in the group, and they keep the patterns in the files. They're doing a Halloween one right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts have already been released because it started in like July, I think. And it's called like Oracle Quaker Halloween or something like that. I don't know, but the style, from what I can gather, are Quaker patterns that they put out. For some reason, I dig Quaker Halloween charts. I know Teresa Kogut has one out that she just came out with, I think, or it's coming out at Needlework Expo. I'm not sure. It's new and I love it. The only reason I haven't bought it is because it's like $20 or $30, I think, and I just dislike paying that much for a pattern. And I have a ton of Heaven and Earth, and probably 95% of them I bought during a 50 or 40% off sale. So there's that. So some of the parts of this look like this and like that. You can see the skull in that one. There's a cat, black cat. There's no color chart, like a color list, because you can use whatever color you want. So I'm gonna try to use some type of variegated, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait to download the rest of these because I don't like how they're releasing these patterns. Like, and then it's like, well, the red dot is the center point of the chart here, and so it tells you like where it starts, but then I don't know where this lies in relation to this exactly, and so it's a little more confusing than I'd like it to be. This goes down to 100 and this starts at 30. So okay, so this is on top of this. It's just, more work than I'd like to put into a pattern. So I think I'm going to wait until the end and hopefully they release a single file. If not, I'll make it work. I'm not incompetent enough that, well, I'm competent enough that I could do it. Then I ordered a bunch of shit from Brandy. What else is new? So I got Cosmos. Look how freaking gorgeous that is. This one is in 32 count Lugana. I got an opal in wet sand, 28 count Lugana. Gorgeous. I'm not a big fan of the opals, but I felt like I just needed one. I got 32 count Joblin in Neptune. Another gorgeous blue. Look at that modeling. Perfect. I got 27 count even weave in Stonehenge. Love it. I think I have a couple of grays like this already, so I think I need a mellow on the gray, because here is another gray tone. This one does not have a color name, but it's 32 count Lugana. I am slowly learning that I love even weave for everything, even though Aida is cheaper. I would just rather do it like my Harry Potter from Fox and Teacup Designs. It is a full coverage piece, and ideally I would want to stitch it on Aida because it's cheaper and it's a full coverage, so I already know I'm going to be using a lot of fabric and a lot of floss. But I decided that I was going to do it on 28 count, essentially 14 count, except that I love doing the 2/2 on the 14 count, and so that's why I decided to get some of the higher fabrics, because 32 would be 16 count. The 27th would probably be good for 2/1/10 for something, or even 2/2. But anyway, yeah, so I got a text and I got distracted by it. But yeah, that's that. That's the haul, and let's see when I can record the actual stitchy part of it, because I think I worked on 3 projects this time, so I have a little bit to show you.